What's up everybody, Chef Glenn B, and I'm back. I'm in the garden and I'm making salt and pepper wings today, and I got all these peppers as you can see. And I'm gonna harvest some of these peppers. These are serranos. I've got some Thai chilies and some jalapenos. All right, the peppers and herbs are chopped up. I got 2 pounds of flats and drums here. Now the thing about this chicken is these wings have to be dry. I've gotta dry them off thoroughly with paper towel because moisture is the enemy of crisp, all right? So I've got the chicken seasoned up. While the oil is getting hot, let's make this cilantro lime cooling sauce. I'm gonna start with mayo, sour cream, cilantro. I'm gonna get the juice from this half of lime, fresh cracked black pepper, and some salt. Give that a whisk. All right, give this a taste. Seasoning's perfect. I'm ready to get these wings tossed in cornstarch and fried up. All right, I've got my oil preheated to 300 degrees, and these wings are gonna get fried twice. First time they're gonna get fried for about 8 minutes. Second time, 2 to 3 minutes until they're super crispy. Okay, so this is the first fry. I'm gonna place these on this wire rack in this pan that I have here. And I'm just gonna hold them while I get the rest of my chicken fried up. So normally, if you were frying all of these and you didn't have to do batches and you could just fry all of your chicken at one time, you would wanna put them on a wire rack, allow them to sit to the side for at least 15 to 20 minutes or so before you fry them the second time. All right, here's where it gets interesting. These wings are salty, spicy, rich, even a little funky from the garlic and all of those peppers. You need a wine that's gonna be able to stand up to that and not get lost in the milieu. So I'm pairing it today with the 2024 Beaujolais Chenin Blanc from the Loire Valley. Chenin Blanc is a grape that you don't hear a lot about. It kind of gets lost, but it's actually perfect for food like this. Let's get some in this glass. All right, so on the nose, white peach jumps out of the glass. Get a little tangerine and a sweetness that's almost like honey. Wow, and there's a beautiful minerality, a mineral note that's almost like wet stone. Let's get right into it. Peach on the palate, pear. The peach, that peach and pear element of it gives it a bit of a richness. The palate is crisp, not overly acidic, not too sharp. Think green apple, think citrus. Really bright and fresh. I think this is and again, there's a subtle sweetness, not enough sweetness to call it sweet, but I think there's enough sweetness to tackle that heat, because you know, sweetness will quell the heat a little bit. So let's see if it pairs. I've gotten my oil cranked up to 375 degrees. I'm gonna fry these for about 4 minutes, and obviously I've got a small fryer, so I need to get these done in batches. I've got my oven preheated to 180 degrees, and these wings are gonna be so crispy that they'll hold up. They'll be crispy even after I hold them in the oven for a few minutes. So 375 degrees on the fryer, 4 minutes. I can hold them for 180 degrees until I'm ready for them. All right, so let's finish these wings. I got oil and butter. All right, so let's throw in the garlic. And everything that I'm putting in this pan right now is gonna be minimally cooked. So this garlic, I don't wanna brown the garlic. I wanna wake the flavors up. So this garlic is only gonna go for about 30 seconds. Everything total is gonna be a minute, maybe 90 seconds. All right, we got the garlic going. Let's throw in this fire, those peppers. Again, just waking up the flavor. And to that, I'm gonna add my green onions. And I'm gonna throw in my chicken wings. All right, so this is key. Finish your wings with a little MSG, white pepper, and flaky sea salt. I like to use the Malden salt, really good salt. Give it a little toss. And you got Chinese salt and pepper wings. All right, so my salt and pepper wings are done. Let's get right into it. I'm ready to taste. I know you can hear the crisp on that. That's delicious. Let's see if it pairs. As I mentioned earlier, the slight, subtle sweetness of this wine cools that heat because there's plenty of heat going on, and it pairs fantastically. But I gotta double check. And I'm gonna try a little bit of this cilantro cooling sauce. Wow, that is a perfect pairing. I'm Chef Glenn Bean, as always, eat well,